if we try to digest down or dilute down what sports data is, there's a few different answers, right? At its lowest level, we bucket it into static and dynamic data, right? So static data being things like, event schedules, makeups of teams, that kind of stuff. And then dynamic data being stuff that is very much real time. So that is your key moment information. So your play-by-play or your tracking data. Can also be, like you say, biometric data for heart rate and other bits. And then with that data, depending on the audience, different people and different audiences are doing different things with it, right? If I'm a fan, I'm consuming it. There is a consumption part of that. If I'm an operator, I could be automating from it, right? I could be using that data to key off stuff, right? Sure. So if I'm televisuals and I want to do a sponsor ad or a nice segue into a pre-roll or something similar, I'm keying off that. So there's like a sort of automation use case of that too. And then, following it sort of further back is what, how do we get that data, right? So what does the aggregation ecosystem for it look like? And it's, maybe one of the things we'll kind of talk about is I think some of the variation of how all of that data collection ecosystem works. And I think you're right. There is more and more data becoming available, and the challenge is like, how do we harness it? How do we aggregate? How do we do it at scale? And how do we keep the performance and the real-time nature of it? But I think what is common is that real-time appetite for data, right? And it's got to be accurate, not second accuracy, millisecond accuracy.